Hi everyone and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and today we're going to start with Lieutenant Danielle Eller from the Bristol, Tennessee Police Department to help keep us safe from scammers.
We have several of the IRS scams. We have some mortgage scams to refinance. We have those scams where people will call you and say somebody in your family's in trouble, or you need to send us money to help them. And then we also have the scams of you have won a prize, and you've won all this money, or you've won a brand new car, and the only thing that you have to do is pay the taxes and send that to us now. Normally people will call you. It's usually over a call. Now you can sometimes get emails, so if you ever get those, I would ask you to check those sources and call the IRS directly. Okay, so that's always something that you can do. But normally what happens is you get called, and it's usually from a number that has been spoofed, so it doesn't really exist. So people will call you and suggest that you owe back taxes, that you're delinquent in your payment, and things like that, and then they'll request that you send money immediately. I mean, to think that you owe a large lump sum of money to the government, of course you want to pay that, and as quickly as you can. And there's always a sense of urgency with these calls. So they want you to pay now. They'll usually stay on the phone with you, and they usually want that in payment of like a reload card, like a gift card. So they'll stay on the phone with you until you go to your local Walmart or Walgreens or CVS, and you get these prepaid load cards, and then you would load money on that and immediately give the scammer on the phone the number off the back of the card, and then of course at that point they have the money. Normally what happens with those calls, if you are ever unsure if somebody calls you, hang up, get online, find the correct number, call the agency yourself, especially if you have an email to pop up or something like that, and they provide you with a link or they provide you with a phone number. It is always good for you as the customer to check that out and call personally yourself. I would advise you to never click on a link, because then they direct you to different sites, and at that point you can be scammed. And as far as the phone call, if they start talking about wanting money now, it's always the same. The story may change as far as somebody's in trouble to the IRS to whatever, but the end game is always the same. They want your money, and there's always we want it now. It's urgent that you go get this money now. So just step back, stop, hang up the phone, and realize that, hey, I need to stop. And then if it happens to be the IRS, or it happens to be a police department that might be calling you saying somebody's in jail and we need bond, we would never do that. Stop and call that agency. Stop and call that department. Calling us and letting us know about the scam is one thing, okay? So you don't have to technically be out any money, but we consider it a crime when you are a victim. So when you actually lose money, or you've actually sent money or something of that nature. So we can, sometimes our resources are limited as far as how far we can dig into these cases, because the majority of these cases are overseas. So you have the perpetrator that's overseas, and obviously we're here in Bristol, so our resources are limited. There are a lot of times we can get the Secret Service involved, or another agency that can assist us with those. But unfortunately, the majority of the time, once the money is gone, it's gone. Which is unfortunate. A lot of times, these scammers will, they contact, our elderly who probably are not familiar with, the internet. They're not familiar with, all these, cards. They're not familiar with this type of payment, and it scares them. And in order to appease that person on the phone, or to get out of debt, they'll pay that money. So as far as contacting us, you can contact us at any point, and then we could also let you know that, hey, yeah, this is legit a scam. You probably shouldn't contact those people, or allow them to contact you. The majority that we're seeing now is like the IRS, and the you've won $1 million and you have to pay the the taxes, but we need that first. Or you've won this car, and as far as a sweepstake goes, if you've never played Publishers Clearinghouse, why would you win something? So, what I mean, if you are not actively in these sweepstakes and playing any type of, for a prize, you shouldn't be winning, a prize just out of the blue. If you happen to win anything like this, there's usually no stipulation as far as you have to pay something first. If you win something, you win something. Now, you might win money and have to pay taxes later, things like that, but never up front.
Thanks so much, Danielle, for all of that information. Well, stay with us. We have someone from the school system coming up next. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and joining us now, we've got Kay Ward from the Bristol, Tennessee school system. She's going to tell us about a great resource for all of us that could help assist with our families during this pandemic. Here she is.
Welcome to The Connection, home of the Bristol, Tennessee City Schools Community Resource Center and our district departments of attendance, transportation, and family engagement. We are housed on the second floor of the Burke, Powers, and Hardy building located at 1236 Volunteer Parkway. The vision of the Community Resource Center is to ensure Bristol, Tennessee City school students come into our classrooms with a focus on learning, not life's basic needs. The facility serves economically disadvantaged BTCS students through the provision of clothing, emergency food, hygiene supplies, school supplies, holiday assistance, and new shoes. Information is also available for parents in the form of a resource packet regarding organizations within the Bristol community willing to help specific family needs, such as emergency food, acquiring housing, assistance with utility payments, and specific services available for our city's homeless population. The Community Resource Center offers a wonderful service opportunity for youth groups, civic groups, and other community organizations with a desire to become actively involved in helping meet the needs of less fortunate Bristol, Tennessee families. Donations of family-size hygiene supply items, new school supplies, laundry detergent, non-perishable food, and gently used school clothing appropriate for students grades pre-K through grade 12 are accepted by appointment as storage space allows. Student referrals are accepted from any BTCS employee, or family representatives are certainly welcome to contact us themselves for assistance. Services are discreetly delivered to students through individual school counseling offices or confidentially delivered directly to families by CRC appointment. Our hours of operation are 7:30 a.m. until 4 o'clock p.m. Monday through Friday. The BTCS Reading Buddies program and the Be Present Attendance Challenge are also initiatives that have fallen under the umbrella of Community Resource Center services. And we are absolutely thrilled with the new opportunity to partner with Tennessee First Lady Maria Lee in the launching of the Purposity app through her Tennessee Serves initiative in late August. In our school district's case, the use of the Proposity app will be intended to address specific needs of students and families that cannot readily be met through traditional Community Resource Center services. If you would like more information on how you can be involved, I hope that you will reach out to me at 423-652-9251.
Thanks so much for all that information. And up next, we'll tell you about a way you can relieve stress during this pandemic. Stay with us. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the show. Well, up next, we're going to hear from Sherry Feathers, and she's going to tell us about crisis counseling online. Here she is.
Hello, I'm Sherry Feathers, Senior Vice President of Specialty Services at Frontier Health. Frontier Health, in partnership with the Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services and FEMA, is offering a virtual crisis counseling hotline designed to provide outreach and crisis counseling to anyone impacted by the pandemic in the Northeast Tennessee region. Anyone experiencing a crisis related to COVID, even those not currently receiving services at Frontier Health, are eligible for this service. The COVID Crisis Counseling Hotline is available between the hours of 12 p.m. and 10 p.m. 7 days a week. Community resources and coping skills to relieve stress related to the current pandemic are offered by qualified counselors. Counselors will also provide stabilization through debriefing, education, and referral to other community resources and supports in our region. Help is just a phone call away, and our staff are ready to assist you in getting the COVID supports you need. For assistance, please call 434-2684. Thank you.
Thanks so much for that information. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the show. I'm Sheridan Nichols, and up next we're going to hear from Fire Robin. He's with the Friends of Steel Creek Nature Center and Park, and he's going to tell us about an exciting photography contest that's coming up. Here he is.
Hello to all of you photographers out there. It's time once again for the annual Wildlife Weekend Photography Contest and Show. This event, sponsored by the Friends of Steel Creek Nature Center and Park, is open to all amateur photographers of all ages. Steel Creek Park offers tremendous opportunities for anyone who loves to take pictures of nature, whether with fancy digital SLRs, simple point and shoot cameras, or even cell phones. We hope that you will help us to show off the beautiful diversity of the park. To be eligible, all pictures have to be taken within Steel Creek Park and should focus on the natural aspects of the park. They're to be submitted digitally by email. Each photographer can enter up to 10 photographs for a single $10 entry fee, and the deadline for submissions is midnight on Wednesday, September 30th. We offer 2 divisions, one for adults and one for youth under the age of 16. As in years past, local professional photographers will serve as our judges. Cash prizes will be awarded based on the general interest, technical merits, and creativity of the photographs. Winners will be announced during our virtual Wildlife Weekend in October. All of the photos submitted will be displayed for a period of time on our Friends website. In addition, Friends will be making enlargements of all of the prize-winning photos to be displayed here at the Nature Center for visitors to see. More details, including contest rules and instructions for submitting photos, can be found on our Friends website, www.friendsofsteelcreek.org. So, get out to the park with your camera, or look through all those wonderful pictures you've already taken there, and join in the fun with this year's Wildlife Weekend Photography Contest and Show.
Well, the deadline for that contest is right around the corner, so definitely get your submissions in. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.